Oh, wow. This is so exciting. I haven't been able to be with Zoe for a while because she's had quite a lot going on in her life. She might share a little bit about that with you. And one of the things we've been talking about, because it's so fun to reconnect, is how we're on an unexpected timeline. And she especially
I don't.
personally is on an unexpected timeline, but I think we all are in some ways at this time. And how are we navigating that? How is this unfolding for us? So uh, maybe I'll just turn it over to you to fill in a few pieces, and then we can go from there.
Okay. About my timeline or
Yeah, about whatever you want
okay.
to share, or if you just want to even do a card thing first, or whatever.
Okay. All right. I like that unexpected timeline. That could be a title for me. I love that. Um, yeah, so I've definitely been through a lot of transition this year. My mom did transition in July. And so since that time, I have let go of my apartment in Brooklyn, New York. I have taken over my mom's house that she grew up in. And now it looks like I may be leaving and going somewhere international for a while. So yeah, it's been a lot of transition, and I should have asked you this, Caitlin, um, since July, really. So I guess just thinking back to what July portal and what was happening then could be interesting. So yeah, so I'm definitely on a very unexpected timeline. And so I will just pull a card. I always like to think about mindset and what's the best mindset to get us through a lot of changes and transitions. And so, yeah, I'll do that first. So, yeah, if y'all are going through a timeline where you woke up and you're like, am I in the upside down? We're
Yeah,
going to,
I love that you said that because I've been saying that. It feels like we're in the upside down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. A car just like slid out so beautifully, which is so interesting. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So we'll just start with this. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. So for me, I say this all the time. Anytime I see a knight, I think about the end of a long-term situation. The Knight of Pentacles is sort of the slowest, most intentional knight of all of the knights. He's conservative, he's slow. And what this feels like to me is but it is the end of something. It is the end of a long-term situation. So if you're feeling like you've been like sludging through things, waiting for things to happen, waiting for things to open up, waiting to manifest, um, that is happening. Now with this 10 of Cups and the Nine of Cups, which is about emotional fulfillment. And this is the happy family card. I find this super interesting considering everything that's happening in the world right now. It's like, how can we see this 10 of Cups? Like, how is this possible? How are we seeing this success, this achievement, this reward? And what I'm really feeling, and let me double check, because I always like to confirm if what I'm feeling is what I'm hearing is correct. Okay.
That went flying.
Okay. So we got the moon.
Oh,
So, right. So that is a no. So it's not what I'm thinking, because what I was thinking was, oh, is this just the mindset that we were supposed to have? Is this what we're just supposed to be focusing on? And we got no, we got the moon. And so what that feels like to me then is there's a lack of clarity. So we wouldn't even be able to, some of us meditate on this because of everything that's going on. It's hard to attach to a mindset when you're seeing everything around you. But what I'm hearing with this moon card, the moon card is all about we're not seeing the full picture. We're not seeing, some things are being held back, some things we're not being allowed to be shown. So what they're saying is this isn't a mindset. And look at that. There's the yes that right there. This isn't a mindset. This is what's actually coming.
oh, yay. That is so exciting.
Trying to say, oh, this is the mindset we're supposed to have, I'm hearing, is like looking for the out. and not Cayelin, like what I was telling you about the card I got about believing in miracles. There's no, oh, we're just going to meditate on it as an out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They want us to know that no, this is what's going to happen.
Beautiful. And also, I think the moon card would also be saying it's not in the mind, it's what we're feeling. And we need to feel what we feel. And if we're angry, we're hurt, we're surprised, we're having a great time, we're having lots of blessings coming our way. No matter what is going on for us, we need to give ourselves permission to be with that and feel that. Uh,
Yes.
because we tend to sometimes skip over those things. At least I
Yes. And understand again that we're not being shown the total picture. So even in our own families, even on our own jobs. So what they're saying is be careful about judgments of people, of places, of situations. Be careful of judgment because we really do not know the full picture. They're saying on anything right now. And maybe, Cayelin, this has something to do with the astrology. There's just
Oh,
the
yeah.
word caterwonky is like my favorite word. So there's a lot of caterwonky things happening from computer rays, from being on our telephones, from other energies and entities. So that's why they're also saying, so keeping ourselves meditating, keeping ourselves spiritually clean as possible is important because there is a lot of things clouding. Okay. So again, this is not in our mind. This is what's coming. Eight of Pentacles. It will take work, right? We're working to build something that lasts. So, of course, things are falling apart. Things must fall apart. That's the soil must be tilled so that we can plant new seeds and grow something new. Okay.
Beautiful.
Last card about this, I got the Hangman. So again, taking time out, seeing things from a new perspective, waiting is also a part of this. And again, I just feel like that again is because we don't have all the information on a lot of things.
Yeah. I love that. It so fits with what I was feeling into. We've got so much Uranian energy happening right now. The sun is coming into opposition to Uranus. We're going to have a new moon in Taurus on November 15th with Uranus pretty exactly conjunct the moon and opposite the sun. And really, it's now until the end of November that we have the sun in within at least 10 degrees of Uranus. So it's already at play because the sun moves pretty fast. So we could use that 10-degree orb as a way of going, oh yeah, this is already this energy, we're feeling it. And with Uranus, it's all about what's unexpected, unexpected timelines. So we can't predict necessarily what's going to happen or where it's going. And that it's what's needed. It's like that breakdown to break through.
Mhm.
Um, that we and it's about going through, not going around. We're not going to be able to get around it. We need to go through it to get to the other side. And it's going to be something more amazing than we can imagine. I love that the cards just so support that perspective. That's so good. Mercury's going retrograde. So that's also shifting us. You know, sometimes we get into a more left brain linear way of perceiving reality. And uh, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's always about allowing more of the right brain aspect to be present. It's like the reason that Mercury can be challenging, Mercury retrograde can be challenging in communication is that we're used to hearing things a certain way. And then that if somebody's communicating and it's not something that we're used to, then we hear it in a way that they didn't mean it. Or, you know, it's like if we're trying to do contracts or things that are very left brain, they can get disrupted or not come out the way we thought they were going to. So we have to be extra careful around that time. But it's also an empowerment to step back and to I like to think of it as like pulling the arrow back on a bow. And when you pull the arrow back, you're pulling it away from the target, but you're gathering strength and power so that when it's released, it can go in the direction that it wants. So it's a way of going deeper into something, gathering more power so we can go forward in a new way. So that feels like what you were just talking about too. So, so good. I love how these things are interweaving and interacting. Um,
Mhm.
and we also, another thing we have happening is in terms of the Uranian energy. as well as the Aquarian energy. So Pluto is going back into Aquarius on November 19th, where it will stay for the next 20 years. It won't be moving back and forth anymore. So it's going to be moving forward in Aquarius for 20 more years. And that, so Aquarius is out, it's the bigger perspective. We could say the cosmic perspective from a celestial point of view. And if we're trying to understand what's going on from our more limited third world or middle world, I guess it's not third world, but three-dimensional reality, then it's not going to make any sense. It's like we need a bigger perspective for those things to happen. And putting a light on the shadow, which is, I know, something we're going to talk about a little bit more in a moment, but that's really what Pluto's here to do. And Pluto and Mars are in opposition to each other, staying pretty close for several months. They made their first opposition November 3rd. They make their next one on January 3rd. And then their last one will be on April 26th. So it's a long time that they're in this dance together. And I really feel that it is about shining a light on the shadow of the things that we haven't been aware of. We don't know the whole picture. We don't know what's really going on. We just have the little bit that we think we might know. It's definitely not the whole picture. So how perfect. I just love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the shadow. So what I was feeling is the first card is going to be about what's hiding in our shadow space. Okay. What's hiding? What's hiding? What can't we see in ourselves? Okay, interesting. So we have time. It was planning, making decisions, taking risks. So I wonder if there is, we know that when people have experienced trauma or are experiencing trauma, there's that fight, flight, freeze. And so for me, asking what's hiding, and I get this thing about time, this doesn't look super joyful. These branches and things like that growing around the timekeeper. I wonder if there's a hesitation around planning, a fear of making decisions and taking risks. It could be a thing where, yep, there's my yes card. Um, and it's funny because two is partnerships for me and all those things. So this could be you being afraid to make a move or us being afraid to make big moves because of like familial relations and things like that with that number two. There's just some fear around time, maybe even, oh, I'm too old to take that class. I don't have time to fall in love. I don't have time to rest. So it's some sort of issue with time. And isn't that funny, Caitlin? We had that whole conversation before this about daylight savings time. So,
Right.
and again, in taking risks. So there's some hesitation about that, that spirit is inviting us all to investigate over these next 30 days or so. And then what is emerging? What is emerging? Okay, so that's interesting. Still in the family for me with card number 24, because in numerology, we would bring that down to a six, and six is about family. And this is about being beloved. What is emerging? And so this makes me think about if there was an affirmation to help you get through these unexpected timelines, it would be, meditating on being a beloved being on the earth, right? No matter how you got here, you had to beat a whole bunch of folks and situations to get here to be watching it, right? So like be in this body, like work had to be done, thinking about that Eight of Pentacles. And so just understand that you are beloved, that the universe beloves you. And this is a card of union. And so again, not hiding, not, oh, I'm too old, oh, I'm too young, cancel and delete, and understand that we are a beloved children of the universe. And when we start to get fearful, um, that's what we need to remember. And that is what's wanting to emerge, this beloved you, this new you. Wow. And then the last thing here is Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, and it says liberate your truth.
Ooh, ooh, nice.
So we're revisiting our ideas and our blockages around time, our false beliefs, our old ideas about time. And we are embracing being a beloved of the universe. No matter how we present, we are beloved. We have a right to be here. And then from that sort of more grounded space, then we begin to liberate our truth. And perhaps this is when we're able to really reach out to one another and really speak up for one another and really speak up for ourselves. So yeah, this is feeling very like let's go up the chakra, right? When we think about like time and issues, like first chakra issues, maybe, and then allowing yourself to be beloved. So we're just moving right on up to like that heart chakra work. So maybe we do some first chakra, I'm sorry, some heart chakra work, and then we get to that throat chakra and we begin to release that throat chakra. Okay? Because it's not helpful if we have all of this understanding and all of these blessings and we just keep it to ourselves. It's time out for that. And to speak our
I,
truth, help
oh,
each other.
yeah, I love this so much. Okay, so time is an illusion. I mean, the whole conversation we had about daylight savings time, and it's like, uh,
That's this.
it's like we can set our clocks to say anything we want, I
Right.
guess, pretty much. But we experience time in this reality. Time doesn't necessarily exist in other realities. We don't know. But so there's just opening up our awareness around the whole experience of time and timelines and how are things unfolding and how's it been unexpected recently and how are we, I mean, some people have had to go through hurricanes and tornadoes and floods and losing their homes and wars and whatever things have been going on. It's been like a lot of unexpected things happening. And then I just, when you were saying the thing about the blessing to be beloved, that we are meant to be here, which is so true. And not everybody always has felt that way. I know I haven't always felt that way. But the um the um I remember hearing somebody who is highly involved in the Transcendental Meditation movement back in the 70s. And he was talking about how if you are living in this life and you are in a human body, you have been blessed beyond measure. There are so many souls waiting to get here that are in line to get here. So if you
Yes.
do not value your life, you are selling it short. I think maybe it was Sri Yukteswar who said, if you don't value your life, it's like selling diamonds for spinach.
Wow.
So we have been given this precious gift of life, and we are beloved, and we were given the gift of getting to be here and have this experience. So I
Yeah.
just love how that is all coming together and what the cards are saying about that, because it's so important, and it may be really important for us to remember that right now, because sometimes it can feel like, I don't know, it's like, am I making a difference? Is it actually really good for me to be here? It seems like a kind of wild and crazy time. Yeah. So
Yeah.
uh thank you for that, Zoe.
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah. I just really feel that. I just really feel that. And then we got this one card that keeps staring at me about shelter. And it's just about spiritual growth and healing and accountability. And it's just a beautiful card. I love this deck so much. And so perhaps these thoughts, these understandings will help to provide you with some shelter as we something you can wrap yourself in as we walk through this unexpected timeline.
Oh, I love that so much. So I feel like we're complete, and you've really given some amazing insights and tools for everybody. So we just hope that this has been helpful for you, and that uh, we'll we'll see you. Oh, I mean, we'll be back again because now Zoe's through this challenging time of her life. Things she may go through a few more changes, but we'll be doing this again more regularly. So excited to be able to do that with you, Zoe, and I'm looking forward to what unexpected, beautiful, wonderful, amazing things are going to happen on this timeline that makes no sense right now.
Okay.
Okay,
On
bye, everybody.
See you next time.